Game 2 happened, and all the talk was Draymond allowed to get away with this? Was Draymond allowed to sort of bend the rules of the NBA? I don't know if you guys heard him on his podcast. He said no one's throwing people out of the NBA Finals. Perk, I'm going to start with you. Like, what Draymond did on the court, did he go over the line?
Yes, and I believe they have rules in place for a reason, right? And I'm just watching the game overall. I'm watching him tackle Grant Williams. I watch him do some blocking, like setting picks like he was a fullback. And then he talked about it. Like, I wear my badge with honor.
Yeah.
I built this reputation. Here's the thing that I have a problem with when it comes down to Draymond. It seemed like he has intimidated every single person on the floor when it comes down to the officials. And he's also controlling them. And that's a problem to me. That's a problem for our game. Because if it was DeMarcus Cousins, he would have been thrown out.
Been out of there.
I think if it's any other player, they get thrown out. You see how he gets all in the referee's face. He hollering at him. Like you said, he's tackling people. He had his hand all in Grant Williams' throat. I mean, come on, those things like that. Any other player gets attacked or gets thrown out. There go Big P right there. But the thing is, the refs got to take care of that. That's what has to happen. The refs have to take care of that. There are rules in place, and if you break the rules, you have to reap the repercussions of breaking that rule. And like what he said on that podcast, right?
That was weak.
But what he said is that the refs aren't going to throw anybody out. So now he believes that. So he's going to try to get away with as much as he can until they do that.
But see, here's the thing. Draymond Green is psyching everybody out. He's fooling everybody out by his conversation. Even his comments towards Cornbread, Cedric Maxwell. He's like, oh, yeah, man, you know, the ones who's doing all the talking were the ones who's getting bullied. First of all, you do realize Cedric Maxwell is a Finals MVP, right?
Yeah.
You do realize that Cedric Maxwell was speaking from experience. Like, he's not speaking from the outside. He's speaking from, hey, I'm telling you the things that you were doing out there on the floor. If you was in the 80s or the 90s, you would have got them paws put on you, which was the truth. And so for Draymond to say, man, Cedric Maxwell, you know, basically telling him that he wasn't ready for the smoke when we could pull up clips was said where Cornbread was all up in the mix.
No question. Let's welcome in Paul Pierce, everybody.
Let's
go. Paul, right away, Draymond Green.
Yeah.
He went over the line.
Draymond did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what? That's who he is. And I'm not mad. Like, I'm not going to lie. Draymond punked us last game. And we didn't respond to it. But I was telling people, look, if he couldn't have did that versus us, because Perk would have put the screens on him. Leon, Baby.
The whole squad.
But see, we don't have nobody like that, and it's not that era. And so we got to adjust. We can't fall into those little games because it ain't what Draymond going to bring numbers-wise. It's going to be psychologically and mentally with him that's going to drive his team. And that's what the Celtics got to get over.
Yeah, do you think that they give him a pass because the Golden State Warriors got Steph Curry and everyone's so nice on that team and they allow Draymond? He comes out on his podcast and he said, no one's kicking me out of the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
you think
he should get a pass. As we watch past finals of the back days where Michael Jordan wouldn't get his fifth foul or fourth foul in the first half.
We're not going to do
because
that.
It's reputation precedes itself.
Okay.
He's a champion and he gets respect from the refs. And so
But he don't give respect to the refs.
Well, listen. Yes, should he have been kicked out for a second technical? Yes, I get it. But for the simple fact of what he's done in the league and what his reputation is as a champion, they're like, no. We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt on this one. And at the end of the day, do we want the refs really determining the outcome of finals?
But we don't want nobody playing like that and getting away with doing the dirty work. Because trust me, if Jason Tatum did that, he would have probably got a tech.
Hold up.
I'm telling you.
Let me. If Kevin Garnett didn't cross the line, I mean, come on, he did, and that's why we won. So they're going to kick him out of the game?
But
That's the difference between a superstar
he's not a
and
habitual
y'all some
line
role
crosser.
players.
He's not a habitual line crosser. He wasn't always like, not how he wasn't. You telling me he was tackling KG? No, he talking. KG was talking.
Bro,
he wasn't tackling nobody, putting somebody.
KG set the most illegal screens in NBA history.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
So what you mean?
What you mean?
Yeah, but what I mean, he not tackling
and got
nobody.
away with it.
Yeah, but everybody set an illegal screen. When you set a legal screen?
KG used to literally hit people in the private part to get position on the
Oh, that's low down. That's low down and dirty. But he ain't kicking guys upside the head. He ain't tackling nobody. That's within the game. That's the dirty work within the game.
You get soft, dog.
No, that's the dirty work within the game, though. You feel me? It's ways to do that.
Hey, here's the thing, though. I don't want Draymond to get kicked out the game.
I don't either.
For the simple fact that I want the Celtics to beat them whole so it could be zero excuses. I don't want to hear, oh, if Draymond was playing, he got kicked out, it would have been a different. No, I actually want him to play. And guess what? He's not hurting the Celtics like that anyway. He still is a liability. Go back to what they did in Game 1 and force him to put up 12 or 13 shots and be a scorer.
Paul, I want to ask you. So in the Bucks series, they come in, they flex on the Celtics, win Game 1. PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat do the same thing. Right now, we're seeing Draymond Green, one guy flexing their muscles. Is this a problem for the Celtics?
You know what? And the thing that Doc that used to preach to us, he always used to say, be initiators, not retaliators. This team is retaliators, but in a good way, because they've always retaliated in a good way. When they've come off a bad loss, they've come back with a good win. Jason Tatum has always bounced back. You know, this team hasn't lost 2 in a row since, what, January?
Yeah, January.
You know, so, you know, they've always, they're like the counter puncher. And so they're good at counter puncher. They always bounce back. So they know what level of energy they need to bring for this game, especially being at home. And so if they can respond in the right way, get the edge, get the crowd in the game, take a 2-1 lead, I think the Celtics bring this home in 6.
There's been some moments where they're at home, they're about to close out, and they don't deliver. Are you at all worried that this team doesn't deliver on this game?
No, because I think that for them in this game in particular, they're going to have to match that physicality and exceed it. I was talking about that earlier. And the crowd is going to get into that. Our fans aren't dumb basketball fans. They understand basketball. So they're not going to sit back there and get excited. If we don't get involved in the shenanigans with Draymond Green and just play basketball, right? You could get rough, set hard screens, and do everything hard, but don't fall into the shenanigans if you're not that type of player.
But why not? I mean,
if you're not that type of player,
you don't even have to be that type of player. When you at home, how about ruffling the feathers a little bit? Like you at the crib, how about falling for it?
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So I got a question. I got a question for the panel. So like after Game 2, you guys as analysts, as players, what adjustments do the Celtics need to make going into Game 3?
I mean, simple. They're trying to make too many home run plays. Simple plays when they have the ball. You can't turn the ball over 19 times and expect to win. If they keep their turnovers down, they're the better team.
That's it. I think if you got to keep the turnovers down because you can't let them score off the turnover. They're going to turn our turnovers into points. That's what Golden State's going to do. It's hard to match up with them when you turn the ball over and they get active and get out. Everybody's looking for Steph Curry and another guy leaks out and things like that. So really, it's take care of the basketball. That's what it's been coming down to. Take care of the ball.
My adjustment that I'm making is Jason Tatum got to be the best player on the floor. It's too many times in this series so far. Steph Curry has been the best player on the floor
by far.
Okay, and then we take it to the defensive side of things, trying to attack him defensively. I'm watching Al Horford not being able to tomato chest Steph Curry. I'm watching guys not being able to utilize that mismatch. And I'm watching Steph Curry basically dominate both sides of the basketball.
Yeah.
That can't happen. Again, I'm not just saying it because he's sitting right here. I don't give a damn if he is or not. Here's the thing that I will say. When people came into the Garden, Paul Pierce defended his house. one deep. Well, he had a team, but when it was another superstar, whether it was Braun, Kobe, Joe Johnson, he won that matchup and won that battle. Jason Tatum got to do it. Jason Tatum come out saying, I didn't tweet and said I wanted to be a superstar.
You got to step up and be a superstar.
Nah, we want you to be a superstar.
Pauls, thanks for stopping by. You got something?
Yeah, I'm happy to be with y'all, man. But I was just want to imply one more point for the adjustments for tonight. I truly believe they got to take advantage of each matchup. What I saw last game was they switched a lot on Al Horford, and he didn't roll.
Yep.
You know, he popped a lot because he knocked a lot of threes down in game 2. I think they need to take advantage of the switches, roll Al Horford into the post a little more, and then again, I may start Grant Williams tonight and open up the floor a little bit more and do a 4-round one with Al Horford. But then again, what do I know?
You know a lot. That's a Finals MVP right there.